Okay, hello everybody in YouTube land. We're going to try to do something here today that's never been done before on YouTube to the best of my knowledge. What we're going to do is try to run Coleman Lantern off of CO2 pressurization instead of using the air pump. I found this adapter. I did another video on this adapter. I found it on a lantern that I bought, collect these lanterns. I found this, didn't even really know what it was when I found it. Did a little reading about it, and this is a CO2 adapter for Coleman lanterns and stoves. And this holds one of the 8-gram soda generators, 8 gram CO2. I'll show the adapter again. Comes into 2 pieces. That goes like that. This end will go on the filler cap. Take the filler cap off of the lamp. This end will go on there. And then the bulb goes in like that. Nose first. And there's a piercing pin. Show that end of it. And there's a piercing pin opposite that vent hole right there. When I screw the cap down tight, that it should vent it. So, without further ado, we're going to give it a try. This thing here is quite old. When I got it, it didn't have any of the seals left on it. So I put a flat washer. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in this light. Put that flat washer in there, rubber flat washer, and it's a rubber O-ring here at the cap end. See if that's going to be the determiner, I think, if this works or not, whether or not those seal up. So let's see what happens. I've got this lantern about 2/3 of the way full of fuel. So I left a little bit of airspace at the top. I figured that if it's going to work, that'll help it work better. So we're going to screw this on. I think what we'll do before we do that, I think we're going to, these threads are really dry. I think what we're going to do is use a little bit of a lubricant. See if that doesn't help seal everything up. Get a little 3-in-1. Let's try this first. Let's put a little bit of a little 3-in-1 oil on these threads. Just a tiny bit. Just get a drop on my finger and rub it around on those threads. And let's put a little bit on these threads. Just a tiny bit there. Just putting a tiny drop of it there on those threads. And we'll put a little drop of it on the powerlet. Like I said, this is an 8-gram, not a 12-gram like you'd find for most of the air rifles I make now. This is actually for making soda water. Okay, so let me get this on. I figure one of 2 things is going to happen. It's either going to work, or when I pierce the CO2, it's just going to vent all the CO2 to the atmosphere. So let's see here what happens. Well, I can hear CO2 moving into the tank. Yeah. You can hear CO2 rushing into the tank. And I think it's pressurized. I think it quit. I think it's pressurized. Alright, let's see what happens when we turn the valve on. I'll definitely get sonic gas moving. Let's see. I don't believe it. I think it's going to work. Now, it'll be interesting to see how long that keeps a charge for. Will it last like overnight or what? Let that preheat just a little, warm up just a little bit. Seems to be working fine. Now, I don't know why this was developed or why somebody thought this was a particularly good idea. And I guess maybe for a fisherman or something that didn't want to have to go back and pump the lantern up and mess with it. Supposedly what I read, there's enough pressure in that for that CO2 that it will completely run until the tank's dry. Now those little soda chargers, if you buy them in bulk, you can get them down to around 75 cents a piece, but they're 75 cents to $1 a piece. So that's it. That's pretty interesting. I guess my seals worked. So, alright. Definitely runs full blast. It's about as bright as it ever would be on air. So that's pretty wild. Well, we've done something, achieved something here that's never been shown before on YouTube. The Coleman Lantern running off of CO2 pressurization. Thanks for watching. This is all saying have a great day. We'll let this thing run for a while, and then we'll try it again tomorrow and see if it's still charged. Thanks for watching.